This episode may contain sensitive topics. Discretion is advised.
Music slaps, though. Bad Apple will always be a Bob.
Yes. Agreed.
There you go, fucking grandma.
Yeah.
No! Why have you done this to me?
Hello, and welcome to the Lusty Lounge. One of our hosts will be with you in a moment.
Thank you for the intro, Desiree. Hello, welcome back to an all-new episode of the Lusty Lounge podcast. Sit back, relax, allow us to indulge you in some degenerate-type bullshit. As you can hear, I'm still fucking sick. Someone hates me. I don't fucking know who now at this point. I don't know if it's God or myself. But we have two not sick hosts. If the man can introduce himself this time, since the woman went last time.
What's up, folks? It's Puce.
Hello, it's Noodle.
And we have a special guest this time. Special guest, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hello, my name is Pharaoh Sauron, but you can either call me Pharaoh or Ro.
Why just Ro?
When I send out messages, some people have trouble spelling Pharaoh, like the historical rulers of ancient Egypt, so just doing Ro makes it easier on everyone.
It's 7 letters. 6 letters.
That's some
I'm dyslexic, so you know what? Let me shut the fuck up. Yeah, like, hi, hello, how are you? But we are here to talk about commissions and buying a bunch of them. Right, Puce?
Well, yeah, that and Pharaoh spends quite a bit of money on them. Correct,
We
Pharaoh?
were gonna get there, but
I'm jumping the shark already.
Yes, it is
what
true.
the fuck does that mean?
I didn't use it correctly, I can tell you that.
For sure you did not. That's okay.
Why are you doing the kick flip over a shark?
Because the
Magic.
podcast needs it, and we got a new pool.
We can't afford a pool.
Well, then
Nigga, we can barely afford our office. Like, the fuck?
we're keeping the lounge open somehow.
So yeah, subscribe to the Patreon and tip Desiree more. Maybe you'll see your titties. Maybe I don't know. So, like Pew said, Pharaoh, you commissioned a lot of people to draw a bunch of varying things, which I need to relook at because I'm a bad host. So my first question is, how the fuck do you afford all that? Because prices are crazy.
Yes, they are, but I do know how to shop around for artists. But they were also slightly cheaper when I started commissioning artists over 10 years ago at this point. But I do not have many real-life expenses at the moment. I work at a union job, so that helps.
Same.
That helps quite a bit. It was quite a bit of a jump from what I used to get at the supermarket beforehand.
Yeah. Retail
No, that's
does not
fair. I
pay.
get that. Come join the Federals with me, Puce. You'll get paid way more.
Eventually. But to address the elephant in the room, or the whale in this case, you are what most folks in the community would call a whale, correct?
Yes, that is true. Both for commissioning art and unfortunately gotcha games as well.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Do
only
you like
one
my
game.
final form?
Just one gotcha game I
Wait,
learned.
what game?
Fate Grand Order. With a name like Pharaoh, you might be able to guess that I like history.
I want to go home.
Too late.
I want to clock out early.
Too late. You're booked.
Desiree can cover my shift.
Yeah, it's too late. She already clocked.
All right. And she's in the back doing paperwork.
She's taking a smoke break.
No, because she doesn't smoke. She's just doing paperwork. That's all beside the point. I will try to get over my depression now.
You do it.
You know, no, one. All right, we're gonna ask one more question about the fate. Who is your most rolled for character?
Well, the one that managed to show up most often in my roles that I was not intending to was Frances Drake. So she I got her at like 8 times total so far.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's... So, I rewarded her by giving her a bunch of holy grails.
Okay.
But
That's
the
so
one I
cute.
actually rolled for on purpose the most was for the event that just ended last night. Draco, who is
I am not a Fate fan, so you're saying names. I know Tamamo
yes.
and who the fuck painted the Great Wave?
I only know about Saber.
I don't know any
We're
of
not
them.
gonna talk about Saber.
That's all I know. That's because my best friend.
Hasokai, the lady with the octopus, I like her. That's kind of where it ends. I'm just like Fate. I don't fuck with Fate. There's too many goddamn timelines, but it looked cool. So
Yes, that is all true. Yes, and I do like Okusai as well.
just spent fucking $300 to get her figure here because the fucking Cheeto was just like tariff.
Yeah. Yeah, before my commissioning career, I used to get a lot of anime figures as well, so I've got a lot of Nero and Saber Artoria.
What's your most expensive figure?
Let's see. I think it would be the Saber Artoria Lily, which takes up a good bit of my case that I've got in the room here. I have honestly no idea what it cost back then, because that's pushing 15 years ago now.
I'm old.
Yes. Yep, and I did it to myself.
What's the scale, if you remember offhand?
Let's see.
Because she has a bunch of figures.
I think it might be 1/4 or 1/5.
Right.
Let's go with 1/5. Bigger than the average figures, but not reaching your knee.
If it is this one, because this is the most expensive one I have seen, where she's just in the dress with the saber sword with black tights, it's about $430, which is a lot, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
With inflation, I don't want to think about what the fuck that would be.
Yeah, best not to.
But all right, we're here to talk about commissions because that's what Puce said, I think. I don't remember.
No, I think
he just kind of was like, here's a
I
person.
think I put it quite straightforward and said, Orange found us a whale to talk to.
So you said that, and I'm like, fuck does that mean? That can mean a lot of things. So you then clarified art, but then I'm like, but gotcha games exist, and we're here now.
True.
Yes.
So what got you into getting commissions, not doing commissions? You're not the artist. You're on the other side.
I have been on the internet for a while, and I don't remember the origin of falling into the community exactly, but I watched many people on DeviantArt back when it was a pretty good site. I always wanted more to see, more ideas to see and all that, and then when I actually started job, I realized I actually had enough money to get what I wanted done. Instead of just waiting for the content to be made, get the content made.
No, I feel that. I'm like that with a very particular set of things. What was the first thing you were like, I want this, I want to see more of this?
For fetishes, my main one had been, technically still is, inflation related stuff and the general expansion. So BE, belly, ass, body. So the first set of commissions I got all the way back in September of 2014 was just regular busty fan art by an artist named Mars19, who he had or has, I'm not sure if he's still active, he had like that oldish animes from the 80s or 80s and 90s, that type of style. So
Okay.
it was of
Okay.
Sakuya and Komachi from Toho and Nero Bride.
I'm not mad. I'm just being reminded of my age. And I fucking hate that a lot.
Yeah.
Because Noodle, do you know what a Toho is? What a Toho is?
Oh,
Oh.
Okay, good.
I probably know, but don't.
Okay. All
I don't
right.
have a clue.
It's okay.
Oh.
I know you don't. That's why I didn't bother asking you.
You'd have to
Psychic
show an
damage.
example, or else I wouldn't. No, I don't know.
Psychic damage is correct. It is a franchise that does a lot with a lot. My Tahoe experience is the games.
Yeah.
And then they shifted genres, and I'm like, please stop. I suck. I don't do bullet hells because I got fucking not PTSD, trauma from fucking Toho. So I'm fuck with Toho, don't fuck with bullet hell games.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta mute.
Music slaps though. Bad Apple will always be a bob.
Yes. Agreed.
What?
There you go,
No.
fucking grandma.
Yeah.
No. Why have you done this to me? I feel like, please stop. No, I've aged.
No.
I'm aging a million years in a second.
Back when Toho was the Miku Miku dance models.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yep. So that helped my interest in that particular franchise.
So, because I've only been paying attention to the Discord so much because my life was literally falling apart, do you just get pictures do you just get pictures commissioned, or you do also video, audio, the whole 9 yards?
I've mainly, like 99.8% done just pictures, illustrations, static stuff, because when it comes to like audio, I can sort of imagine my characters' voices in my own head, but I cannot translate that into who or how you can get somebody to actually sound like it. So, videos, well, audio, I haven't delved into yet, and like animation, I did try once, but that did not turn out well, to put it lightly.
We won't bring it up. I understand. I'm having a similar situation with a project, but
Yeah.
won't touch on that too much.
3D models I am interested in. It's just actually focusing and writing down details and getting motivation to actually approach someone to do it. So I just typically default to pictures.
No, I get that. That no 3D models can get very pricey very fast.
Yes, definitely.
So once you got the first one, were you just like, oh, this is going to be a problem. I have to find a new job, dude, to be able to afford all this.
Not quite, because I had been working at my new job for a year before I realized, hey, I've got money now, I can get commissions of what I want to see. So I did have a good amount saved up, because the nature of my job for that first year, they had me going to different areas just to fill out my shift, because I was essentially a spare guy,
Oh, interesting.
filling in for vacations or sick days or things like that, but you're still guaranteed your 8 hours, 40 hours a week.
Oh,
So,
Cool.
nice.
Very
so I had money because I was either too busy or just didn't feel like actually spending it on anything prior. So I do recognize it is a problem, the spending that I have put in. To a point.
I'm a bit of a fence sitter. If it makes you happy, then it's worth it. But when it's cutting into your real life, that's when you need to go. But
Yeah.
You've been doing this for 10 plus years, so I feel like you already know that.
Yes. Yeah, I realized pretty fast. Well, the first 2.5 years, I went in hard and heavy with commissioning everyone practically on my watch list on DeviantArt, some of them multiple times, and then just the general burnout from actually being in the middle of the community when you're a pretty much introvert. Your social battery burns right out at that point, and that real life stuff was starting to encroach, so it's just burnout and whatnot. But that's when I dialed it back a bit, and currently I am a bit more refined with what I pick. Unless it's someone on my bucket list, then I will get something from them done.
No, I feel you on that. Also, thank you for not saying spoons. That we had a thing earlier, which I was just like, oh, he's saying words like, oh, I wonder if he's gonna say it or say what me and Pew said or say what Neil said. And I'm very happy you said battery and not spoons.
Yeah.
Eat you alive.
I would let you because I wouldn't have to pay off my student loan debt.
It's good to know you didn't sell off your house though, Pharaoh, for some art.
No, I'm not that deep into it, or I'm not that much of a hardcore.
So have you kept track of how much you've spent over the years, or do you have no idea how much you spent? You just know it's a lot.
I have absolutely no idea, but it is, I would say, at the minimum above $30,000.
Oh,
Great
At
googling.
the minimum.
oh, that hurt.
Yeah.
Delicious.
I am extremely slow at actually sharing and uploading the commissions I get on my DeviantArt page because timing, motivation, typing in all those freaking tags.
Yeah.
And, but my stash is about 20 gigabytes of pictures.
Ah. How many?
And that's just stuff that I am gonna upload everything eventually. I usually let the artist have first dibs on uploading. So 5 years later, I wind up posting mine.
I mean, better late than never. It's
Nothing
still
wrong with
there.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, what type of like art style do you go for? Since we are a audio podcast, it's going to be kind of difficult to portray that.
Just a tad. The ones I have wound up gravitating toward are anime because, yes, and also that's more or less what got me into DeviantArt and the really deep into the fetish topics and all that. Because if I remember it right, the one of the first picture repositories that I frequented was called the Iron Mouse Picture Shrine, way back in the early 2000s, and that was filled with anime pictures and video game pictures. So would go through that frequently and pick out all the big boob stuff. So the art style I tend to focus on right now is anime or anime adjacent because it just looks right to me.
How does that make you feel, Pews?
I understand it.
But
I don't know. I don't have any thoughts. I'm just kind of like, I understand.
Question.
I want to hurt you so bad.
Yep.
What's your question, Noodle?
Have you ever got a commission from an artist that they just like weren't seeing your vision, like no matter how much you described it to them, or like try to give references?
No, I am pretty lucky in that regard. I am also, I've got like the mindset of a writer, so I know how to detail out pretty much everything that I'm imagining. pretty much. And I am also pretty lenient, so I do allow for some artistic
Flexibility?
flexibility, yes. So they can insert some of their own idea into it as well, and I am perfectly fine with that, as long as they get all my major points done.
Of course.
See, I'm very jealous of that because I have to spend an hour and a half finding the correct reference and going, do this, but with these characters. And I'm like, is this? And they're like, is this why it took you 6 days to get back to me? I'm like, listen, trying to find shit is hard. So, yeah, jealous.
I do also provide references as well, so sometimes if it's someone that I frequently commission, my description for the idea is significantly shorter than what it is for first time
I have another
artist
question.
I'm commissioning.
Anybody ever denied you?
Yes. It's usually when they do when they only open for a select number of slots.
Oh.
So it's fine that way. That's pretty much the only time I've been declined. But I also know when I watch for when artists are open, and I usually get a feel of how many they are open for. So back when I was at my prime, I would have ideas already written up, ready to fire off to certain artists as soon as they
Oh, fuck, I'm like that now. Shit.
It also helps.
All right,
when you're good friends
side
with
note
them.
then.
Yeah.
What is the maximum amount you're willing to spend on a commission?
Nowadays, I start getting iffy around 250.
Oh.
250. Well, that's pretty much my cap. I get iffy around 150 to 175 for a single picture, because it's a death by 1,000 cuts, because I can submit 6 ideas to an artist, and that'll be way beyond $250, and I'm perfectly fine with that.
Interesting, okay.
For a single piece, basically 200 is the sweet spot, maximum, give or take.
Now I just feel poor.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I mean, you've been doing this for a while. I've only been doing this, well, I don't really say doing this, it's just recently I've noticed a problem because I'm like, scroll through Twitter. Oh, their commissions are open. Let me go take a look.
Yeah.
That price is fucking high.
Yeah.
Then I'll look at art quality versus followers versus how long they've been doing it. I'm like, damn, they charge a lot. They're allowed to because I can't stop them, but
yeah,
a little too rich for me. And I feel like that's okay. People don't really talk about that.
Yeah, I've used Twitter for some commissions before everything happened, and my main source of commissioning and communication was DeviantArt, and now it's Discord.
Really? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, we can get into that. So, how do you feel that? Blah, 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 blah. Man, you think I'd be drinking with all the fuck ups I've done? How do you feel about the evolution of how it is to get people commissioned? Because I feel like back in the day, no offense, it was literally either go to a forum, fuck around, find out, go to DeviantArt. Like, that was it. Now we've got Twitter, Skeb, fucking VGens popping off, and the Discord has a whole host of good and bad things. So, how you feel about that?
I am pretty happy about that on the whole, because it was it took a while sometimes back in the day. Like if you do it on a forum. I didn't do it that way, but like DeviantArt with their notes, send a note, wait for them to be online to reply, then I have to be online to respond again, so back and forth, back when I did not have a smartphone, because I'm up on technology, but I'm slow to actually get it myself. And
No, I'm like that too. I don't think I'll ever pull the trigger on VR until I get a house.
yeah, and
You're
I'm
not
pretty
getting
sure.
motion sickness.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna fall over if I did VR.
That's mostly what I'm worried about is getting motion sickness. I also
Yeah.
think about that one horror story of someone who put on their headset and they felt something weird. They pulled it off and it was a bunch of little
Oh man.
I'm just like,
Well,
I can't. Too scary.
Why the fuck would you say that out loud? I can feel my skin crawling now.
that was the 4D feature.
Yes.
I want a fucking refund.
Well,
Well,
can't. Sorry.
But yeah, Twitter was fine because at that point I did have a smartphone, so I could be in instant communication. But I am mainly on Discord, so I get the notifications on that, and it's instant messaging.
So, do you frequent servers or do you just take people's Discords from Twitter, because this is mostly what I do, and then just add them in Discord and go from there?
I mainly do that. I do it. I take their Discord from DeviantArt or Twitter. Those are like the only two that I really frequent. I know there's Pixiv and Skeb and others, but I have another friend that is in the community, and he's done some of the Skeb stuff, and it just the way he describes it, there are a lot of hoops that you have to jump through, or it's you write out your idea with these references and that's it. You'll get your picture afterwards. So no real communication there. But so I take Discord names from DeviantArt and Twitter and friend them on here, because if there is a way, I have no idea how to just message someone out of the blue and then start with the dialogue.
Okay. You are a much more calculated person than me, because I'll just be like, hey, your shit still open? I got money. You got a spot? And then I wait. They go yes or no, and I'm like, I bet, let's talk.
Yeah.
Because I ain't afraid to talk to nobody no more. After doing this for so long, I ain't scared to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
Except for 3 people. There are 3 people I'm scared to talk to, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Because we also tried to do Skeb, and it sucked.
It's very throw your line out and then hope you get something you like.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Which,
yeah.
it's very Japanese, and I'm like, well, this checks out. Kind of hate it, but you know, it works for them, so
Yes.
I guess. Which is why Vijin is such a life save, because it's Skeb, but hey, you can talk for a bit.
Right.
Not a lot, just a little bit. I'm like, this is enough.
Yeah.
So are you known throughout the Not Safe for Work community, or like the expansion community, as like a commissioner, essentially? Or are you still kind of on the down low and most people don't see your name and know you're coming?
It's hit or miss at this point. Like, some do remember me from the good old days on DeviantArt and all the pictures that I'd get of this or that, or of my character, Lilith. And they will say, oh yeah, you. And but that's kind of few and far between, mostly because of how much I'm not commissioning everybody under the sun anymore. So
Fair.
Fair.
But it's a little bit of yes and a little bit of, oh, okay, yes.
That's good to know.
What is your most bestest commission?
Favorite commission.
Yeah, that
I was making
is
a little Caesar's joke.
that is going to be hard to narrow down because, much like a parent, I love all my children equally.
There's gotta
but
be
you
one
got
that
a lot of
you love
fucking
the
kids,
most.
though.
There's gotta be
Yeah.
one that's like you look at the most. Where you're like, this is my pride and joy.
The one that I go back to most often when I'm flipping through my commission folder, my iPad is, I'm not sure if I shared it, but it's one that involves Colin from Code Geass, Samus from Metroid, and Shizuku from Idolmaster, all in various states of being cowgirls. Because it plays into my overall world with my OC and her girlfriend, and but it focuses on the three of them. The bit of in particular that I like of it is how Shizuku looks, because she's the most transformed in it, and the way that the artist drew her in it, and how the farm jumpsuit looks on her. Just everything clicks just right.
No, I get that. Because I have a friend who is... Alright, flashback to our last episode. I have a friend. He's doing me a little bit of a solid because he's giving me some of my money back because it's been 5 months. And I went, hey man, are you dead? Do I have to fly down to Texas? What happened?
Yeah.
Because, Pius, you remember we were, the other time we were talking about VTubers?
Yes.
Two of his favorite VTubers were like, alright, we're done, bye. And I'm like, I gotta go check on this man, make sure he didn't do anything drastic.
Oof. Yeah.
It's alright though. I was like, hey, if you weren't my friend, I'd have been like, give me my money back. But, you know, you're my boy. I know it's gonna be worth it, but stay the fuck off the internet.
Yeah, it's a bad year for VTubers.
Man, it's only it'll be May when this comes out. It's only fucking May.
Yeah. But it's practically every month another one graduates.
I got my 3. None of they ain't going nowhere no time soon, so I'm okay.
Yeah.
Well, 4. Would you get a VTuber commission just to like have it?
Like them as the subject of a picture. If so, I have several times already.
Who?
Let's see. Zentrea,
Okay.
Project Melody, Snuffy,
Fair.
and Silvervale. There's one more, and I am totally drawing a blank on her. But
Okay, I'm kind of understanding your vibe more there.
Yeah.
Well, they were. Some of them are no longer.
Yeah.
V Shoujo girls, but no, I can see that.
Yeah.
I feel like their character designers kind of, what is a good word? They are very anime aesthetic and adjacent, especially fucking Silvervale.
Yep.
But they understand that, hey, weebs, it's not just going to be weebs watching V Shoujo, which is a shocker on some real shit, looking at Mouse and just how she brings in people.
yes. Yep.
So when you're going to get a commission of them, do you keep that anime-ness like in mind, or are you like, no, I want to see him in like a totally different style?
It depends on who I'm commissioning at the time, because the one that I got that set of, I know her style quite well at this point, so I know what I'm going to get at that point. But even so, she's a fan of VTubers as well, so She does
Okay.
it in her style, but still keeps the anime-esque features in it as well.
Okay. So why do you get all these commissions? Like what is the end goal here?
At first, it was to get things that I wanted to see, mainly with anime characters and video game characters, but it didn't take that long for me to realize, I can make my own character and have her be the subject of all these shenanigans. So, because I can't keep anything simple, my character, Lilith, has a rather involved background, so 95% of everything that I get that involves her is canon, even if it makes no sense whatsoever, or it involves her, like, interacting with Colin or Samus or Tina from Dead or Alive, or anyone really. So there is like a grand scheme there. So because of that mind of a writer I have, so I do have stories in mind. It's just getting them to paper is the hard part.
I feel that.
Motivation.
No, I can fuck with that. I also have a canon for our mascot character because we are gonna slowly get her commissioned out in a 2-part plan. 1, to see the character in just different situations and outfits, and 2, to make other people see the character, hopefully click on it and have them go, what's that? Oh, that's from a podcast.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. I should listen.
Yep.
So it's like 4D marketing. It's fucking expensive and I hate it, but hey, gotta do something somehow.
Yep, exactly. Aside from canon, sometimes I just like getting scenes done that are references or homages to things that I've seen, or memes that are current or perhaps not so current from the internet. Some ideas back when people actually commented on submissions on DeviantArt, some of them were like, this idea came out of left field. So it's like,
Okay.
I commissioned my friend Electronics to do a scene from the music video for Sweet Dreams by the Eurythmics, with our characters in the farm, some of them transformed into cows, with Lilith and his character as the other guy that was in the scene typing on some typewriter. So that was a music video reference, and the general comments on it were, I never expected this. And it makes me laugh.
I was gonna say, I feel like those are the best comments.
Yes.
Because they're making people remember things that happened in real life at some point.
Yep, exactly.
Because I only know what you're talking about. Like, I know this. Everyone knows the song. But I've never seen the music video until I went to my friend's pizza shop, and I'm like, I really just looked. This is recent too, which is crazy. Like, I was just watching it on TV, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, music videos from the 80s were very surreal and or insane.
Yeah,
would usually like the number one music video that comes to mind.
Yes, definitely
Please
that.
stop.
And they usually have absolutely nothing to do with the lyrics of the song they're singing.
Or fucking sure.
But
maybe that's where anime openings get their bullshit from.
Yeah, that is possible. Like another reference that I've done for a commission was a version of the All England Summarize Proust competition from Monty Python's Flying Circus, except it's the All DeviantArt Summarize Proust competition. So it was my self character as the MC, with Lilith, a friend's character, my other, 3 other friend characters on it. So the punchline is that, well, no one can summarize the full meaning of Proust's work, so I'm gonna give the award to the girl with the biggest tits.
Hell yeah, misogyny. Hell
Yeah.
What? Huh? What?
Sexist. How can you feel like you forget that?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Just a tad bit sexist.
Have you tried picking up art on your own? And now that we're in the year 2025 where AI rules everything, have you tried doing AI generations?
I have considered learning how to draw several times, in fact, but I feel that I do not have the patience for it, and my handwriting is atrocious to begin with, and my hand tires out after a while, but I'm sure to get over that you'd train it like any muscle in the body, but it would mainly be the patience and just knowing where to begin that always gets me. But for AI art, I have tried it, the cheap-ass version that's on DeviantArt, just to see what monstrosities I can come up with, and
That's a good word.
that is where they stay. I look at them, go, that looks odd, and then delete it, because I'm friends with a lot of the artists that I commission, so I would rather support them, get something that has human emotion and human ability behind it.
It has some soul in it.
Yes, it's got some soul to it, rather than copies of copies of copies of copies that AI generates.
We're a little fucked though, because AI figured out how to do hands, and I'm like, oh shit, it's over.
Yeah. For whatever reason, the stuff that I generated on DeviantArt gave too many legs.
Oh.
I don't know
Interesting.
how or why. It would just spawn a disembodied leg or a leg coming out of a knee.
Oh. Weird.
Yeah, AI's gotten past the point of accuracy of body parts, and now has reached a soulless generation where it's like generating too much, or what it's generating just doesn't feel complete for some reason.
Yeah, it's basing its generations off of its own copies, so you get more of the same at this point. And you can still kind of tell it's AI depending on the sheen or the glare to the figures.
I found the line
Also the
thickness
dead
really gives
eyes.
it away as well.
I mean, for me personally, I can't get it to do how much do I want to out myself here? Fuck it. I can't get my characters I like to go, hey, make that a Futanari, make that character, fuck that character.
Yeah.
Still can't do it, so I'm just like, this is useless.
Yeah, they ban those words on the free ones, so I ain't gonna spend money on that. So, but that's me.
There are ways around it.
Yes.
And I'll just leave that sentiment at that.
Aye, matey.
Damn, we got through most of your questions, Puce. Fuck, I didn't think we'd get this far.
Is there a commission that you have looked for that wasn't like art related? Like, have you outsourced to like a different person to like write a story for you?
Yes, I have. Because since I can't draw, I do write my own stories when the spirit moves me. And like write out my biographies for the characters and all that, but I have commissioned the Soylent Orange to do some ideas, and I am friends with him, so we do have the back and forth going, so we do hone in the ideas, and because the latest one that I commissioned him for was of my character Lilith in the Fallout universe, except she doesn't have any of her powers or any of her things for her, so she's in the setting as a normal-ish character there. She finds a vault. It's filled with emaciated Deathclaws. She gets almost fatally wounded, gets repaired. The big experiment in the vault was making Deathclaw hybrids. So she turns into a Deathclaw hybrid.
Oh.
And
fear.
Sexy shenanigans ensue.
Man, I want my certified monster fucker license. I just can't fully commit to it. Like,
oh, that happens to her in it, because gotta make eggs somehow.
I respect that.
Yeah, maybe once we do the furry episode, I can fully commit to my monster fucker license.
Just wait till we have a
I have a question.
Hear me out episode.
You shut your whore mouth. So, because you get so many things commissioned, and you were a child of the internet, do you have a Sonic OC?
No, that is one of the few things that I don't have.
Congratulations, my guy.
Why not?
Because I liked Sonic back when he came out, initially. Because I read the original comic, the one that was on the newsstands, and the original Saturday morning cartoon. And it just seems like one of those childhood things that I'm not going to touch with the horny stick at all. Or even making a random OC just to even take part in that whole internet thing.
What a move.
No, I want to be part of the problem.
Oh my god.
And I'm so removed from the fandom at this point, I am pretty sure anything that I would make was an official character at this point already. Or someone's OC already.
Oh, so here's the best part. When Sonic Forces came out, and they made all those monstrosities, those are all canon. So technically, it is. So,
Yeah.
Do with that information what you will.
I will just smile and nod, and good for them.
No, they need to be punished.
Yes.
Most of them need to be punished. Not all of them. Some of them are okay.
Yes.
I guess the same question, but with Miku, because Miku just fucking exploded in the last 2 years, which is not upsetting, just not on my bingo card.
For like a Vocaloid OC.
I love Vocaloid.
Yeah.
I got to see my favorite
I know,
one.
we had to talk a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I have not made a Vocaloid OC either. Probably because my favorite out of the whole cast still is Haku Yoane, the drunk one.
I don't know enough about Vocaloid to know who that is. I know Miku and the not Calliope Mori.
Yeah.
So
And the twins, and the blonde twins. That's it. Past that,
Yeah.
Vocaloids aren't
my
real.
God. So rude.
Yeah, Luca.
You're not wrong.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I got to see
Yeah.
my Vocaloid person.
Actually, you know what? No, I've got the same problem with Vocaloid as I do with Fate. Where the fuck? How do you get into this? Like, where do you start?
MMD.
For me, it was bad edits to anime music. There was a
Yeah.
special name for them. I'm very ashamed of them. AMVs.
Say it, you coward.
Yep.
And there were quite a few Vocaloid songs.
Yep.
That's kind of how I fell in love with them. And then there was a very popular yandere one that came out for
Of course.
yanderes.
I know.
It was Ashite by Kikyo. And I got to see them in concert. It was so good. It was beautiful. I can't wait to see them again. I'll perish. It was so much fun. I had such a good time. Anywho, sorry to be off topic.
I don't have a retort. on that. I'm gonna go see Otto in like 2 months. That's all I got.
I'm gonna see Cupcake.
I don't know who that is.
You probably know her music.
I very much doubt it. Pews, figure out something else to ask while I project or crisis manage my real life for a second.
So you answered favorite. You have a most expensive commission you've done.
A singular commission, I absolutely have no idea at this point, but if you count like a series, like an actual series that was intended to go from point A to point Z, that would be probably considered one of my most expensive and also biggest commissions. The ones that I can recall, there are 2 series that I've done. One that was pure, that happened about from pure happenstance, is one that involves Shifusa from Menu Hikensho. I'm sure you might have heard of it, but it's that one with the
Is that the boob
busts.
thief one?
Yes, the bus stealing ninja. And so the idea was she found a new cursed scroll, read it, used the technique, and began turning into a blueberry cowgirl.
Okay.
But in this case, every time she filled up, she'd burst, reform, be transformed a little more, be able to hold a little more, rinse and repeat many, many times. So that one, the first picture was back in one of the first commissions I ever got, in fact, in that September of 2014. And that was with, at the time, Ala Rock from DeviantArt, changed her name to Lushani, now still on DeviantArt, and I just got the 10th installment of that completed yesterday.
Okay, so there's a series you're still working on.
Nice.
Yep. So that one has almost been one a year, so it's like a cheeky little yearly thing that I commission with Lushani. Now, the other big one that I have done and am still doing is it involves most of the cast of Ruby, and I do that with
Oh God!
Yeah.
Trauma. Haven't heard that name in a long time. Holy shit!
Ooh, the most
I do
endorsement
that
filler.
with I do
Who's your
that with
favorite character.
my favorite is Yang because of the puns and the bust.
Fair.
And you might find this hilarious, but I have not watched one single episode of the show yet at
I
all.
must
Don't
eat
do
you.
it. Don't.
It is
Don't.
on my
Don't.
list. I've got all
No,
the
fuck what she got to
Blu-rays.
say. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. It's just gonna make you mad.
It's
I bought
just
all
gonna
the
make you mad.
Blu-rays already when
You can
When-
return them or sell them. Okay, listen. I can speak my shit. I met Kara, whatever the fuck her last name is. I have the steelbook of volumes 1, 2, and 3 signed twice because she, and I quote, didn't like my handwriting enough, and then just signed the back of it. So I can speak my shit. Don't watch it. You're gonna be
You are.
mad.
You're just gonna be mad. I desperately love the show, but you're just gonna be mad.
I do know what happens in it, so I'm pretty sure the
Do you?
rage will be
You know,
diminished.
I'm still outraged.
spoilers for Ruby. So what happens? Like I need to know what you think happens.
It happens, because I'll tell you. I want you to fucking think. Also, Tsuna, Ruby fucking deserved that goddamn crash out.
You're not wrong.
A lot of things happen in Ruby to varying degrees of quality, depending on your point of view, I'm sure. So that's probably the safest answer that I'll stick with.
Oh no, that's boring.
The point of that commission is it's an alternate universe where most of the characters are fauna. So they're all
Faunus.
cowgirls.
You know what? That's good. I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that.
I love that. More than you know.
Blake is still a cat girl, obviously, because
But she has to be.
everyone else is cow.
They're moon girls. Oh, I love that.
And it's a thing that I do with Electronics, who's also on DeviantArt and for Affinity. So it's like the Ruby, instead of competition, it's cow-petition. Puns, because of Yang. So it's Yang, Weiss, Nora, Coco, Emerald, and Neo. They're all contestants, and they're all being judged on the quality of their milk and the state of their udder and things like that. So that is currently up to like part 25, maybe? Might be 28. It's been going for a few years. I don't pay for the entire thing myself. I do it half for each one because even he said, I don't want you to be paying for the entire thing. So he does open it to donations. And so I pay for half, and people donate to the Ko-fi, however you say it, and they pay for the other half. You want spoilers on who won?
Yes. Tell me.
Emerald. It was up for a vote, and we gave out all the different rankings, stats without any name attached, and people voted on who they liked most based on those stats, and Emerald came out in the lead with a tie between Yang and Nora. The competition was interrupted by Salem crashing the event, but she got her comeuppance and was led off by security. So it's like a nicer setting of Remnant, because it's all cows. There might be like 5 or 6 stages or scenes left to do before it ends, but there might be a few in-between scenes that I'll get done to pad out or fill out the story more.
That sounds fair. So, I think this is probably approaching one of our final questions, but do you think you're ever going to stop commissioning?
I'm sure at some point I will. Likely when all my favorite artists either retire or stop doing commissions, or if life sends me down a different path where such spending isn't an available luxury, or if I run out of ideas. I'm pretty sure artists retiring is going to happen first, though.
Yeah, but that's when artists get replaced by new artists.
Yes.
You just find new favorites.
Yes. So, yes, someday I'll stop. It's just not going to be anytime soon.
I'd probably be the same way. Alright. Well, Tsuna ran to the restroom, so I'm going to steal last call from him. Pharaoh, for you and for anybody who's listening who doesn't know what last call is, It's when we all give our last thoughts, questions, concerns, feelings for the night and for the episode topic. I'm going to start with Noodle. Got anything?
No, just my cat being a pain in the ass.
Pharaoh, since Tsuna seems to still be in the restroom, we'll go to you. Hopefully by the time we wrap up with you, he'll be back from his restroom break. You got any questions for us? Any thoughts, feelings, concerns?
Nothing really comes to mind. I will just say thank you for this, because this is the first time I've actually talked about such topics and things with anyone, really. So I'm like, nobody in real life knows I do this.
Yeah,
Or
we
no
like to
one in
try
the
to...
real world.
We like to feel around the community and get spotlights on different things that don't get spotlights. However good or bad that seems to be, I like to enjoy that. We get people on here who normally wouldn't be seen on other Not Safe for Work podcasts and the like.
Yeah, and this is like my first interview or anything really, so thank you for that as well.
Oh yeah, no problem. I'm just glad you were willing to come on and talk about this, because I'm sure there are some whales out there who are a bit more secretive of the fact that they spend thousands on this kind of stuff.
Yes, like the very rich furries that bankroll artists for their entire life. That whole meme.
Yes.
You never know who they are, but they keep sending money.
It'd be like that.
Exactly. Tsuna is taking forever. I think we've burned through all my questions. I'm just happy you were very open and honest about everything, or at least as honest as you could be. Because otherwise it would have been a very boring episode.
Yes, I was aware of that possibility going in, and I mentally prepared myself to do a whole lot more talking than I do in real life.
I feel that. I usually record one of these episodes with everybody, and that usually burns out my social battery for the night, so I feel ya. I think Tsuna is still away. But do you have... We'll do plugs, and hopefully Tsuna returns shortly. But do you have... Because you said you have a DeviantArt. If you'd like, you can plug that now. Let folks find your DeviantArt and see what kind of commissions you do out there in the wild.
Yep. Currently, the only presence I have online is on DeviantArt. It might shock you, but it's under Pharaoh Sauron. When I made it, I was a dumbass who decided to have the hyphen in there, which is really irritating to type every time. But it's Pharaoh hyphen Sauron, and
That's
it's at
pretty...
DeviantArt.
Luckily, that's fairly straightforward. Pharaoh, as in Egyptian Pharaoh Sauron from Lord of the Rings, right?
Yes, exactly. For a long time, my icon on DeviantArt was the Eye of Sauron, until I got my own self-OC done. So, and when I got Lilith done. So currently she's my icon on my DeviantArt page, and this handsome devil that you see as my icon on Discord is my self-OC row.
I feel
He's
that.
pretty much everywhere. He's everywhere else.
All right. So that is the end of our episode. I'm going to plug ourselves real quick. If you're listening to us, you found us somewhere, but we are on Apple Podcast, Google, YouTube Music, Spotify, all the places where you listen to junk. If you'd like to find more of our stuff, you can join our Discord and talk with the lovely folks over there. You can find our Twitter or our Blue Sky also under Lusty Lounge, our Facebook under Lusty Lounge. We exist everywhere as Lusty Lounge, luckily, for those who are listening. If you'd like to pay us a little bit, we've got our Patreon, and we also... So that would be lovely. And if you'd like to buy us a coffee, we've got our own coffee up and running. Aside from that, I believe that is everything plugged. Noodle, am I forgetting anything before Tsuna gets back?
I don't think so.
Alright, I was going to say, I'm going to take that as a no. You paused for way too long.
I'm sorry. My millennial pause is too long.
But that is everything. So everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.